What is going on, guys? We are now back for Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke Challenge, Part 38. Mitchell here once again. So, right off the bat, this is a grind. I said that must have been 50 times in the last episode, as it was a more commentary after the fact one, because once again, the audio screwed up on me for that particular recording. Uh, our guy here, Wolverine, who is gonna get his name changed in Lavender Town. I know I said I would not do that, but it's got to be done because I don't know what the hell I was thinking calling him Wolverine. It just doesn't suit him at all, and he's too cool not to have a better name. So we're going to move on to that in a couple of minutes here. So this might be a longer episode, guys, because I want to grind. I just want to do one grinding episode, get him up to in the early 30s there. Level 30, level 31 is more than good enough for me. I'll try to use the rare candies I have, and while limiting the amount of trainers I use. So first things first, we are going to, now this will not switch the bottom Pokemon party list. I'm just going to be taking out a Pokemon that can fly me to Lavender Town, and so we can get his name changed, and then we're going to come right back here to do some stuff. So we're going to deposit Drago for a moment, and we are going to withdraw now. I believe, let's go with Nasala. So we're going to take out Nasala, and I believe we have, yes, we have HMO2 fly on us. I believe I can use it. I don't actually know. I hope we can. So we're going to get rid of So we learned Fly. Now I don't know which gym trainer allows me to use Fly. I hope it's not Fuchsia. That would be kind of bad. Hopefully we can use it. It looks like we can. So we're going to fly ourselves to Lavender Town to rename Rhyhorn, who we caught at the beginning of the semi-beginning of episode 37, and that was a really great thing that happened, honestly, guys, so I'm happy about it. So here we have the official name raider. So we're going to get Wolverine looked at. But would you like to give it a nicer name? How about it? So we're going to call him Dom from Fast and the Furious, because that's a way cooler name. Now, I love the Fast and Furious movies, guys, so I apologize if you guys don't like those movies or find them cheesy or don't like Vin Diesel or whatever, but Dom, a Vin Diesel powerhouse, you know. I mean, I suppose I could call him Hobbs, but, you know, from the same franchise, but yes, we're going to rename him as Dom. So he's going to be Dominic Toretto, and that's that. So we're going to fly right back to Fuchsia. And now I know, guys, I could have obviously walked up and stuff, but this is a grind. I'm going to be speeding up the video shortly, and once I get him out, and we're just going to be using the patches of grass to train up our new guy Dom. So that's pretty exciting. So we are going to deposit Nasala back into the box. We're going to take Drago back out because he's our main powerhouse. And now we're going to begin the grind. So here we go, guys. So some of you might be wondering why I'm not using the trainers to my advantage. It's quite simple. I don't want to waste their experience. I believe I explained that at the beginning of the or the end of the last episode. I don't want to be wasting their experience because the last thing I want is to have high 30s team that could potentially be low 40s just to get him up to snuff, you know, and waste all that experience that could be better used. So, and I understand that this is not the best place to be training at all, but I'm just keeping it close to home, close to a Pokemon Center, you know, and it should work out pretty well for me. So hopefully it does. We'll find out, you know. obviously you guys will be watching this in a faster time than I'm recording it in. So, because normally what I do, honestly, guys, is I talk for a lot of it, for about the first half of the grind, and then I basically pick and choose which parts didn't sound so like me just rambling on and on and on, and then when it's shortened up, I just I pick my audio. So I do record all this audio while the grind's going on in real time, and then I just kind of pick and choose where it should be placed. So yeah. Now this time I actually did not end up doing that, so I just contradicted myself. I realized that I didn't actually have enough speech recorded. I thought that once again, this video, guys, went for 42 minutes, and it's just a little bit over our regular time. So I keep really underestimating that 300%. I think it's because sometimes they're half grind episodes and things like that, and I think, and then they end up being 20, 18 minutes long, and I'm like, wow, it was only a grind for, 5 minutes, but it took a lot of time. So this time I am going to be re-recording the rest of this video, just because nothing was syncing up into place. Everything was, I'm sure you guys saw, and like in as though you were already watching it, but I was actually ahead. So right here, what I'm doing is I just realized that no, I'm not in. My intention was not to go in here and speed through the Safari Zone by any means. But I realized that having only one move, Horn Attack, which is another reason why raising Rhyhorn is a pain in the ass, is especially back in Gen 1, is that Strength is right here, right at my fingertips, and I didn't go get it. Strength is a better move than Horn Attack, and it'd be easier to raise him if he had a stronger move. So I just ran through here and I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to speed through the Safari Zone. It's not like, I have 3 more areas that I can catch Pokemon that I'm not probably going to use, because I doubt I'm going to catch anything that's as good as Rhyhorn in here. Though, as you saw, I did just run into a Tauros. Didn't catch him, but I did run into him. That was a lucky break. And I love Tauros. I really do. I never got a chance to use one. Never really get a chance to use a Rhydon properly either. I have a Rhyperior that I use in newer generations, but I actually prefer Rhydon, and I never really got a chance to use one. So I actually run out of steps in this first run because I'm getting greedy with all the different items, and I'm running through trying to find each and every one that I can. Obviously that max revive there is no good, but and there's another Tauros that I do not catch. I actually fail to catch anything more in the Safari Zone this time. But I do go through and I go to grab Surf, the Gold Teeth, and as many items as I can. So, and my intention once again, guys, was not to speed through this. I didn't mean to do that, but there's nothing really here worth noting. Yes, I probably could have slowed down the video to show me trying to catch the Tauros in real time, and I suppose I could have done it for what you guys are probably going to see. See, this is my second run through. I wasted too many steps being greedy with the items, but I didn't go over Buddy's text, either the Gold Teeth Warden or the Secret House Surf guy. So I apologize for that. This is a little bit of a haphazard video because 7 minutes or so into this, I decided that I wanted Strength, and I didn't want to go back to an old save and re-record and delete footage and stuff, because everything was fine. I made a split-second decision, and I didn't want to waste another. I didn't want to waste a whole grind, but I didn't realize how long this would actually take. I thought I could be in and out no problem, but it didn't really work out that way. It uses up a good chunk of this video, and unfortunately in the next video there is the next part of the first part of the next video is a grind as well. Just trying to get him up to the high level 30s, or sorry, not the high 30s, but in the same range into the 30s like everybody else is. And Rhyhorn is a pain in the ass to train. He's not very strong until he gets really high level, and his move pool sucks, and lots of stuff like that. So I did manage to find the gold teeth. Most of the items, if not, I think I missed one or two in the Safari Zone. I got Surf. I taught Surf to Gyarados, I believe. I already. I might not have, but I think I did. And I give the gold teeth to the Warden here, who gives me strength. And here's a funny thing that I do mess up, is that I think, oh, well, maybe I don't think I have the badge for that yet, that it's Fuchsia's or Sabrina's or somebody like that badge to get. But I hit the A button or the Z key or whatever it is on my keyboard because I'm so used to how the newer generations do it. You hit the item for Rock Smash, Strength, whatever, and it lets you do it. In the old games, you had to go to the item and you didn't, or you had to go to the Pokemon and use the skill. You didn't know if you couldn't use it until you tried. So there I'm thinking, oh, well, I obviously can't get the rare candy there yet. And actually, in another couple minutes probably, I do realize and I do go back. Because as you'll see in the next video, I decided to save up, and I'll explain this later, but I decided, okay, I'm going to get to about level 27-ish just by grinding in this grass, which doesn't give me great experience, but the Doduos kind of help. They give a good 300 or so. And then I run through the rest of Cycling Road, and I basically try to get myself up to 29, and then I use both rare candies. My intention was to use the 2 rare candies to quickly bump myself up to level. So my party is 31, 32, so I figured once I get him to level 29, I'll just use both rare candies. They'll all be even level, and then we can finally actually continue. Because this video and the next video, quite boring, guys. I apologize for that. Just, losing Kanigas, obviously we had to kind of stall here. We had to pause for a minute, do some grinding, do some basic boring shit, and but we are going to continue on. In the next video, we have completed Cycling Road. This is as far as I've recorded, but obviously right now I am re-recording, so the next part has already been recorded at this point. That's why I'm referring to it. I haven't gone any further. Normally I do, as I said, 2 or 3 parts, and then I produce the video. But this time, obviously, I didn't realize how bad the recording would be for this. So, and I do get the good rod here as well. Here's another thing I skipped, and I'm not very happy that I skipped a lot of this stuff. Now, of course, I could have slowed down the video at this point, and I did consider that, but I didn't. I didn't plan to re-record after I had already gone through the editing process and setting everything up to be rendered and in proper video format. So this is just kind of this is the last part to do, is the audio. And had I thought about it, had I already known that the audio wasn't going to work, then I probably would have gone back and done something about it. But yeah. And I mean, I could have done it. It's not that big a deal. I probably should have, but it would have made for a much longer video, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't mind that I sped through getting a couple of HMs that everybody knows how to get, and the text from the fishing guru who gives you the good rod. So, anyways, and then so the next part, as I said, will be a little boring, but after that, we're into some more exciting parts, guys. We really are. I didn't intend for this to be such a stall and such a like a killer of a thrill killer, as it were, for the whole video. I mean, we are in late game here. We're almost up to part 40, and all of a sudden we're at a standstill pretty much of just grinding, battling a couple trainers, grinding, not really progressing much, We were about to be on a hot streak. We were going to go, we were down in Fuchsia City, down Cycling Road. We were going to go after Koga soon, and just the whole Kanigas thing screwed everything up. So my intention is always, though, because of the way that it's laid out, you can go either route or route. I like to go both Cycling Road, clear out all the trainers, then go through Fuchsia City and back up through to Vermilion or Lavender Town to the next Snorlax, fight, catch, defeat, whatever, that Snorlax, and do it that way. just to get all the experience I need, because then you're usually into the late 30s, sometimes 40s and stuff. Obviously, this team is a little lacking in levels right now, for the gym, because I know Koga right now. I know he's packing level 40s, so obviously we're not ready for that yet. Even if I weren't to use Dom in the whole gym, and I decided to go in there, I know there's plenty of trainers. Most aren't avoidable, I don't believe. And I really don't feel like getting my ass kicked. So, and losing some valuable members and having to go through all this again just to continue the Nuzlocke. So we are going to be running through back up to the next Snorlax at the bridge in Vermilion, and then after that is when we will come back down and most likely do Fuchsia City. Now I know some people like to do Sabrina first, but as you can tell on the right hand side, it's Koga is the 5th gym officially, and so that is the one we will be doing next. Then followed by this the Sylph Company, and Sabrina after that. So anyways, guys, this pretty much wraps up the video. I won't be slowing it down for the ending part, but please like, subscribe, comment, whatever you guys want to do, and we will see you back here for the next part, and hopefully it's a little more exciting. Till then, peace. Welcome back, guys, to Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke Challenge Part 39. Mitchell here once again. Now, at the end of the last episode, I said we were going to do a little more grinding, and we are. We're going to get right underway with that while I explain two things that I kind of figured out in the last couple days. So, first things first is a mistake I made in the late 20 parts, I believe. Basically, when I reached Celadon City, I said there was no point in getting a coin case because, they would be considered bought Pokemon. That's all fine and good. That rule still stands because they are bought. However, I forgot about the TMs. I think that's because I didn't really consider I would need them, or they weren't very good. I didn't remember what they were, but I did find out that Hyper Beam is among them, and Hyper Beam would be great on Dom here. So, and there's no rule actually against me getting the Game Corner coins and buying them or anything and exchanging them for TMs. They're not a Pokemon Mart. That's the rule, is that you can't use them through a Pokemon Mart. Everything else is fair game. Now, yes, that brings up the question, does the Indigo Plateau count? I'm still debating that one. We'll figure that out when and if I make it that far. I would say it does count as a Pokemon Mart because it's still a Mart, but we'll come to that when we reach that point. So all my point is that, guys, is that I want Hyper Beam, and probably sometime this episode I'm going to go get it. So you're gonna have to bear with me with that one, because that means I'm gonna be sitting there pressing the A button or whatever it is to get a bunch of coins, because it's 5,500 when I checked my guide here for Hyper Beam, assuming that that's the same price as it was in Crystal, I think. Anyways, one of them has Hyper Beam as well, and I do remember Yellow having it. So I'll be really disappointed if I go up there and I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I think it's true that Hyper Beam was in the Game Corner back in Yellow. So we are going to grab that. Part number 2 that I'm going to bore you guys with is, as I said, I'm going to be grinding till about level 27. Then we're going to go and start playing around with some trainers and stuff, and trying to get a move on with this. And of course, going up to Celadon is part of that. So I mean, it might be a little shorter than intended, or a little longer, sorry, until I start battling trainers than I intended, and I apologize for that, but that's just the way that this is going to work this time. The other part about this, the second thing I want to talk to you guys about, is Dom's potential moveset. Now obviously, I didn't realize just how versatile he really was, especially back in Generation 1. I thought there was way more limitations in Generation 1. Really, there's not, because of Rhydon apparently can learn Psychic of all things, along with the weird ones like Surf and stuff that I understand. But he can learn all the elemental moves. Fire Blast, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, he can learn them all. That being said, people are probably going to wonder why I'm going to opt not to teach him Fire Blast. Which is weird, because I haven't had a fire move this whole time, and that, not that it could have came in major handy or anything, just that, I mean, it's a fire type move. I mean, fire, is a good type set and stuff like that. But that late in the game, it really won't be. Sure, it might come in handy against a couple trainers, but it's not going to be very effective against Giovanni or the champion in the Elite Four. Now, I know some of you prefer using fire types against Lorelei. I always thought that was insane. Number one, because I didn't understand that the ice type part of her whole thing, about the whole fire thing, because almost all of her types dual type water, so fire is just regularly effective. So I'm going to send out a guy who's got a ×4 weakness against all water type moves, against water ice type Pokemon, with a fire move that's only going to do normal amounts of damage, not even be super effective. I don't think so. If I'm going to send him out there, it'll be with the TM for Thunder, because at least Thunder is super effective against, I believe, 4 out of 5 of her Pokemon. It's potentially super effective against Lance's Gyarados. It's super effective against Agatha's Golbat. Not that I'm going to be sending him out for everything, but just pointing out the fact that Thunder is more versatile and going to be more helpful on Dom than Fire Blast will be. The only thing Fire Blast would be any good against would be the Jinx of Lorelei's, and I believe my rival will have an Executor. Also, guys, there was also the idea of perhaps teaching Thunder to Gyarados, who I believe can also learn it, and keeping Fire Blast with Dom, or switching them around, because I believe they're both capable of learning both TMs. I'm not really crazy about that idea, though, because once again, Fire Blast's usefulness isn't all that high, and in a tight pinch, it might not seem like it, but being able to do an instant 40 regardless with Dragon Rage is kind of helpful. I just don't see, I don't see the benefit of not doing that. Like having that in kind of in my pocket. I don't think there's many other TMs I'm really gonna use or find, or anything like that that's gonna be very helpful other than Thunder and Fire Blast at this point. Okay, guys, so we finally got Dom to level 27, and like I promised, we will now stop the grind at this point, and we will be battling the trainers on Cycling Road. Of course, we are going to be flying to Celadon to do it, and so we are going to be exchanging one of our Pokemon, and we will continue on from there. I did say we would be buying the Hyper Beam TM when we had the chance, but we won't be probably doing that this episode after all. We'll probably not bore you guys too much in one episode. We'll leave that for the next part, for part 40, and just go from there. So for right now, we're going to deposit Fruit Group, and we'll be withdrawing. Where's our good guy in Nasala, who can fly for us? So here we go. We're going off to Celadon City, and I'm going to be keeping Nasala on me just because I'll probably have to fly up a couple more times. Probably not too much, but you never know. Just to double check here. Yep, he's full health. So now we are going to go down Cycling Road and fight a few of the trainers with Dom. Hopefully it's not too bad. So we already defeated the Snorlax there, of course, and we're on our way here. So we defeated all these bikers, And we defeated all the bikers on this particular route. Now, this one is one we did not. So we're going to fight him, who says, "You head into Fuchsia." Well, I was, until you stopped me. So the biker is going to be sending out a Wheezing, level 28. It's not really the best matchup right away off the bat there. Since I don't have any real type advantage yet, of course, we're just going to stay with the strength. Tackle's not going to be able to do very much. His poison move shouldn't do much either, but I am worried about being poisoned. Like, for example, that Smog. I believe Smog can poison you. I know Sludge can, so. But obviously, if it wasn't for the chances of being poisoned, I believe I can be poisoned, can't I? Yes, right there I got poisoned. I mean, this would be great experience where I wouldn't have to worry so much. So there we go, we got rid of our first trainer battle Pokemon on this route. So we'll try for one more strength just to see what we can do against a coughing. Obviously I don't want to risk too much health loss with Dom. Yeah. So he did his part. We're going to be switching out. We're going to go into Gandalf for the type advantage and just wipe these guys out. This is the problem with using a weak Rhyhorn right now, honestly. Is because he's going to get poisoned in most of these battles, and it just kind of sucks, really, because of that. But he did get, I mean, there's 1300 experience right there. And, see, I wish he had gotten this experience, honestly. He couldn't send out the Wheezing before. No, no, no. But there we go. So we're just going to run back, obviously, from where we are, and it's probably faster to do it this way. Because then we can just go back. So he's got 51 health. Each one of these takes away 1, so it shouldn't, it shouldn't be an issue to just walk back to the Pokemon Center. Obviously, I should just teleport, but I realized that a little too late there. So I keep forgetting that poison is honestly not a problem because of that. I do have teleport, so all I have to be able to do is have a couple HP on me and survive the step through the door. So she's going to heal our Pokemon, and then we're going to continue onwards now that Dom's back to fighting fit. And yeah, so we're going to continue on. I should probably just pull out the good old bicycle. So we're just going to continue on here, guys, and then once again fight more trainers along here. Now hopefully, we run into a couple of, I don't know, Voltorbs or something, even though they seem to be the bane of all my problems. It would be nice to have them instead of a bunch of poison types. We're bikers, highway stars. Just for the simple fact that Rhyhorn's strength isn't that great yet. It will be great, guys, but it's not that great just yet. And with all these poison types out here, it takes a lot to kill them. So, anyways, so he's going to go for the minimize. This sucks, because if he starts doing that stuff, because this is probably going to do very little, yep. So, as long as he doesn't poison me, honestly, and doesn't go for a whole lot of minimizes, I should, never mind. This guy could cause me serious grief eventually, because he's just going to keep doing that. But my strength is hitting a few times. He's already at half, so it shouldn't be too bad. It's not like he's using Defense Curl or anything, making my life more miserable. And he is level 33, so this will be a nice chunk of experience for Dom. It might even level him up, so. He does have poison gas. That's kind of scary, actually. So hopefully this next one, and let me guess my strength. Nope. And I missed. He goes for another disable. It was horn attack again. I go for another strength. I miss again. Goes for another disable. It failed. My strength misses. Oh, this is just kind of boring. Just a stalemate. There we go. So we got rid of the muck and no poison. A little bit of damage there, but no big deal. So it's not as much experience as I thought. But there, we did do that. So now we can continue on. No poison worries. Go all the way down this way and continue down this way. Another biker says, "Nice bike. How's it handle?" It might be a cue ball actually. No, it's a biker who is sending out poison types, I assume. Yeah, another wheezing. So I'm getting the stronger, higher experienced Pokemon, which is kind of good because now I can get, I can certainly use that to my advantage. Just grabbing the 1,000 or so experience they're giving me. So I got poisoned right off the bat. That really sucks. Obviously, 'cause strength is not going to do very much. And the poison is. Unfortunately, I think I just need to switch out into Gandalf and go for the Psychic. So he's going to go for the Smog against Gandalf. It's not going to do very much. I'm going to go for the Psybeam because Psychic is just overkill. And he'll half the experience, so that's the main thing. He did grow to level 28, so that's pretty cool. Now he sent out a Muck. Honestly, I'm going to switch back into Dom just so he can grab some of this experience. Because he shouldn't be able to kill me regardless what he does. He's going to go for a pound. I'm going to take, it's a critical hit. I'm going to take some poison damage. Kind of hurts, no big deal. I'm going to switch back out into Gandalf. He'll take one hit and then Psychic his ass all to hell. So he goes for the poison gas, doesn't affect me. And I'm going to go for a Psychic. And that gets rid of the Muck. So Gandalf grew to level 32 from all this switching out, so that's pretty cool. And the biker lost, so I think we're close to the end of the route anyways, which we are. So we will be using teleport and teleporting ourselves straight back to Celadon City. To heal ourselves up and then go down the last section of that route we were just on. I believe there's one more cue ball or biker along there, and that'll probably end the episode, guys, because I think we're doing okay for time, but want to try to keep them nice, short, and sweet. So I know this one hasn't really been very exciting; it's been quite boring. And the next one is going to start off, obviously, with me buying the Hyper Beam TM, but after we do that, I promise guys there won't be any more grinding as long as I don't lose anybody, and we're just going to run through all of Fuchsia from the other side and all that fun stuff. So just look forward to that, please. So we're going to go down this way. Now we already battled that biker, but I know there's one probably right around here. Nope. There is one. So I need a little exercise. That's most likely a cue ball. And he probably has fighting types, so this might not be the best matchup, honestly. Yep, 4, probably a Mankey. Low kick would probably really hurt my day. I will try for 1 strength, just to see. Yeah, the low kick really does hurt my day. The flinch sucks. Just not even gonna play that game, honestly. So we're gonna go into Sparky to start thunderbolting things. So he's gonna go for the Leer. I'm gonna go for the Thunderbolt. I'm definitely faster, being 5 levels higher, and takes him out in 1 hit. So that's the main thing. He's gonna go for another Mankey. He's not really losing out on too much experience anyway. They're giving off about 400 experience a hit. The Doduos gave off nearly that, from the grass. It's not like I'm losing very much. Now he's got a Machoke out here. Now that probably would have been pretty good, but I probably would have died against him. So he's going to go for the Karate Chop. If it's not a critical hit, it shouldn't kill me. And one more Thunderbolt will finish off the Machoke. And then he's got a Machop, of course. Thunderbolt might not take him out in one hit, but it'll be damn close. It is damn close. Nearly into the red. One more Karate Chop to the face. That hurt. Body Slam him. Get rid of him. And there we go. So Sparky got a good deal of experience from that. And now Cycling Road is officially cleared. So we're going to end the episode right there, guys. I'm going to just quickly teleport back. Get rid of Nysala, obviously, because we don't... we want Fruit Group back in our party where he belongs. And, yeah. So, at the beginning of the next episode, we will... I'm going to speed it up, guys. I know I don't like to do that. I already did that once with the Safari Zone, and I'm a little miffed at myself that I decided to opt for that. That was just me making split decisions halfway through a video and things like that. So, but I will be speeding through just the bind because it's going to be very boring. So at the beginning of the next episode, we're just going to quickly grab TM15 for Hyper Beam, teach it to Rhyhorn if he can learn it right away. I'm not sure, but I know Rhydon can. And then, or we'll hold on to it until he's level 42 and a Rhydon. And then we will go back down to Fuchsia, and we will work our way up towards Lavender Town, and then we'll just go from there. We'll grab all that sweet trainer experience. There's plenty of trainers there to fight, and some new routes with some potential new Pokemon. Our party's full, but you never know what can happen. So anyways, guys, like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do, and we will see you back here for part 40. Till then, peace. What is going on, guys? We are now back for the big 4-0, part 40 of Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke Challenge. Mitchell back here once again. Now, at the end of the last episode, I said we'd be doing a little speed run through the Celadon Game Corner. I'm going to quickly deposit Nysala, pick Fruit Group back up, and go grab a coin case. So that's what we're going to do right off the bat. We will be speeding up the process. It shouldn't take nearly as long because of that. Hopefully I have enough money. I believe I do if my math is correct. So we are going to be depositing Nysala, obviously, because that is just our resident flyer. And we're going to take out Fruit Group. We're going to go into my PC for a minute. Just to... which one do I need? I'm going to be taking out a couple of the nuggets to sell, because we are going to need to sell them probably to have enough money. And I believe that's everything. I want to hold on to that, I guess I don't really need this. And... or this. So there we go. So we're going to just jump straight into it, guys, and obviously I won't speed it up until we start the process. So we're going to run down here. Our coin case is in one of these two buildings. I believe it is this one. And it is, I believe, this guy right here. Go ahead, laugh. I'm flat out busted. No more slots for me. I'm going straight. Here, I won't be needing this anymore. And I received the coin case. So now, using this coin case, obviously, and I don't know how much money I have, but just to be on the safe side, we are going to, I could easily check, but I'm lazy. We are going to sell our nuggets. There's nothing against selling. You just cannot buy from the Pokemon Marts. So, I will be selling the nuggets. And if anybody has a problem with that, this is the amount of money I had at the beginning of this thing. 103. Just so you know that I only gained 15,000 from that. And I could have just easily gone and fought some more trainers if I'm going to need that little bit of extra. But as I said, it's just against buying items. There's nothing really. The use of Pokemon Marts is not used, but, you know, selling items doesn't really make or break it. I I don't think. I might be bending my own rule there a little bit, guys, but, you know, it's not really a whole big deal, I don't think. So here's where the speeding up is going to take place. So we're just going to sit here until we get 5,500 coins. And of course I hope I have enough money. If my math is right, I do. As a matter of fact, I'm speeding up the actual video itself, or the emulator itself, with the spacebar, because I'm not really worried about accidentally overspending my money on this particular thing like I am with the other with the random battles and such, which is, as I think you guys may have seen if you watched my poorly made Ruby Nuzlocke and such, I did mess up like that before, I believe with a Ninjask or something. If that was recorded, I'm not sure if that was one of my recorded rubies or just me screwing around on the computer without recording it. I'm not sure, but either way, I take it you guys by now, if you're still watching these, you know that my feelings towards using the spacebar. I'm too scared that I'm gonna do something stupid, get a critical hit, and then done, you know, when I'm doing grinding. So that's why I speed up the video for you guys, but I sit here in agony. So, but this is going quite a bit fast, and that's the main thing. I might not, just because it's not really taking that much time, I might not really need to speed up the video, but we'll see. So there we go, guys. We officially have our 5,500 coins, and I believe that's exactly how much we need. So we are going to walk straight over to the, I guess, the booth here, and if this asshole gets out of our way, TM15 for 5,500 looks about right. So we've got ourselves, that was kind of anticlimactic. We have Hyper Beam. And Dom cannot learn it right now, but he will be able to when he's a Rhydon. So we will hold on to that. And now we are going to obviously just continue on here. So we're going to just grab on our bicycle and start our little quest back down through Cycling Road once again for the final time, hopefully. And then we'll start going up through the other side of Fuchsia towards Lavender Town. Now, of course, guys, as I said, when he reaches 29, I'll be using my 2 rare candies on him just to give him up to 31. I will probably still stick to that once he grows to level 29, just so that he's not so far behind and he's more even paced. He won't be overly strong like some of you might be thinking he would have been for anybody who, you know, the way I was raving about him. But I don't expect him to be a powerhouse until he evolves. That's why raising Rhyhorns was always such quite a bit of a challenge, honestly. So anyways, here we go, and we'll be going through this side instead. Now, this might be where we get Swift. I don't know. No, this is an aid, and he's got something I probably can't even use, so forget it. So here we go. Here's our first trainer who says, "Want to play with my Pokemon?" That to me sounds a little suggestive, but, you know, I mean, whatever. So she's got a Bellsprout. That obviously spells disaster for me. I'm going to switch out right off the bat and go into, yeah, let's go into Sparky. Body slam him. So he's going to go for the acid. Ooh. That's not that great a move. Had I known he was going to go for the acid, I probably wouldn't have bothered switching. 2 body slams should take this thing out. He's going to go for another acid, though. And they kind of hurt, and that thing's probably going to poison you. Oh, no. So we took out the first Bellsprout. She's also got an Oddish. What is with these guys? Anyways, I'm going to actually switch out into Gojira and start Ice Beaming. Because Pikachu's looking a little weak there. These acids are a little strong for him. So let's go for some Ice Beams. So obviously they are super effective, and they will be finishing off her Pokemon in one hit. Obviously this is a grass type, so it doesn't have the same effect, but oh wait, yes, sorry, it totally does. That's why I'm using it. I'm completely losing touch with what I'm doing here, guys. So there goes the Oddish, the Tangela, and the Bellsprout, all gone. So, and we defeated the junior trainer. That's the main thing. And so potentially we can catch a new Pokemon here. So let's see what we got. It's a Gloom. But we do not have an Oddish anymore. So we are eligible to catch the Gloom. I don't know. I don't feel like catching it, honestly. I know that's a terrible thing to do in Nuzlocke, but it's probably going to be a pain to catch, and even if I do catch it, I will probably never use it, so. So we're just going to go with the Ice Beam. Nearly finishes him off. He goes for the Stun Spore. That kind of sucks because now I'm paralyzed. Goes for the Poison Powder. Obviously it's not going to work because I'm already paralyzed. And there goes the Gloom. Just to get that out of the way more than anything. So now continuing on, we have a couple more trainers here. This one says, when I whistle, I can summon bird Pokemon. So we have probably, I'm assuming, another bird keeper then. And they obviously, you know, won't do very much against Dom, just because, you know, they don't really have much they can do to him. I mean, he can't really hurt them too bad, but they certainly can't hurt him very much. And this Pidgeot is probably gonna take it in the face, or maybe not. With all these sand attacks, probably will take forever. Oh no, I got lucky. So there goes a Pidgeotto, 600 experience, gotta like that. A Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd are such weak Pokemon, but I mean, I always kind of like them. I never used one because they suck, but I mean, that Swords Dance isn't a bad move, but you know. But yeah, I mean, I always really enjoyed the Farfetch'd episode in the Pokemon anime or cartoon show or whatever you want to call it. So, I mean, there was always that, and you know, and the fact that I could get one in this game. I mean, I ran into them, but they were still rare and stuff. I just, you know, I always thought about using one, but you know, not the most useful. So, anyways, Dom strengths and finishes off that Farfetch. So he brings out a Doduo level 26. He starts Fury attacking me. Obviously, I'm really used to these fucking double-headed birds deciding that they can Fury attack poor Rhyhorn over and over and over again. As most of you would have seen from the grinding episode, I fought quite a few of these. And there are more bird keepers on the way. I mean, this route is packed with bird keepers. This is like the only section of the game they're actually in. You know, there's a couple scattered elsewhere, but basically this is like the bulk of them. And they're just constant. It's just like 4 different types and their evolutions. That's all they have. So anyways, as you can tell, we ran out of strengths there, so we go for the we're going to go for the horn attack. We're still missing quite a bit. He goes for the peck. Obviously, it's not doing very much, but you know, we'll be fine. But I just kind of got fed up with it a little bit there. So and so I switch into Sparky, and now I'm basically just going to Thunderbolt him. And it was kind of a bad choice right there. I mean, I instantly regret it right there because, like, if that Fury attack had done a little more, I'd be in serious trouble. You know, I didn't realize how much. And same with right there. Right there, I'm realizing it right now is that I quickly went for the Thunderbolt, but he easily could have quick attacked. And that might have taken me out. So, anyway, so we're going to go fight the next trainer who says, my birds are shivering. You're good, aren't you? Well, I'm not good. I'm great. And yeah, that's going to be my lame Tony the Tiger impression for this evening. So he sends out a Dodrio, level 28. Now there's a good chunk of experience right there waiting to happen. So obviously we ran out of strengths, but we'll go for a Skull Bash because it does about the same, just a 2-turn strength. And I realize that now. Skull Bash is not that good. I thought it was back when Blastoise would learn it and stuff. You know, it was a good move. It's not. It's basically a 2-turn strength, and it's not very good. I mean, it's the reason I've never really seriously put a Solar Beam on any of my Pokemon for this very reason, because I can't stand the 2-turn crap. I mean, I don't mind the Hyper Beams and such, because if you Hyper Beam and it kills them, then you don't need your recharge in Generation 1 at least, and now you do, I believe, but. Yeah, so anyway, we finish him off with the horn attack, and we grow to level 29, so that's pretty sweet. He sends out a Doduo, and obviously if we just took out a Dodrio, this shouldn't be much of a problem. Which it shouldn't, it won't be really. We just go for a Skull Bash here after his Fury attack. So we hit him with the Skull Bash, does about half. He goes for a peck. I go for another Skull Bash, hoping he's not really going to go for a Fury attack. He does. It only does 2 damage a hit, but still, I mean, it just looks really scary having him at 11 health while he's still attacking. I think he's going to bring me down to quite a bit here, and then Skull Bash, yeah. Skull Bash gets rid of him. Then he brings out another Doduo, and I believe, yeah, I switch out here. If you guys haven't noticed, the last like 4 minutes or so of this particular video, the audio got a little cracked, and then people were coming in and out of the door, and there was like just loud voices in the background, and the audio didn't pick up as well as I thought it did, and it well, actually it picked up better than I thought it did, and so I had to re-record these last few minutes, so I'm talking in past tense right now. No big deal, but yeah. So anyways, yeah, we're going to I forget what we do here. Oh, right. Once we got to level 29, the whole deal was we used the 2 rare candies at our disposal to bring Dom up to the level up into the 30s. So we did that. Now he's level 31, and that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Rhyhorn learned Stomp there. That's pretty cool. We are finally on our way, pretty much. We're going to continue going through this route. Once we're done and reach the Snorlax, we'll be coming straight back to Fuchsia City. And when we're back at Fuchsia, that's when we'll be fighting Koga, and we'll officially be over that 50% mark. It's been too long since we've had a good old gym battle, and my guys are still going to probably be a little underleveled. They'll be in the mid-30s probably by the time I'm done, but I don't plan to go for a grind. I plan to hit them hard, get quite a bit of experience from Koga and his gym. So please like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time, guys. Peace. Hey guys, what's going on? We are now back for Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke Challenge. Mitchell here once again. So, I really want to just send a shout out, not really a shout out, but more of an apology to the guys that followed me and for the kind of the roadblock we hit, kind of the lackluster couple 2 or 3 last videos. Unfortunately, it had to happen. Like all of a sudden, all the progress was grinding to a halt. We were stalling on just pretty much just stalled. Period on progressing through this Nuzlocke. We were just grinding, sped up videos, not really the greatest and most enjoyable videos to watch. And once again, I hate cutting content. I know some of the guys that I follow do that, and I still love watching their videos. It saves a lot of time and effort, and I understand that. You know, no one really wants to watch someone fight a bunch of random battles over and over and over. But I just wanted for my first audio recording, I wanted no cut footage, or at least the very minimal amount possible of cut footage. I believe I've only cut maybe a second or two of footage total from what I recall. There might have been a moment here or there because of a bad audio or something, but I don't think there was. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone understood that, you know, I understand that the videos were getting slow and not so great anymore. My audio was getting dull because I wasn't having the greatest time either, having to lose Kanigas and go all the way back to doing this. But anyway, we are back into what we were doing, so let's just get right underway with this stuff. Let me try out the Pokemon I just got in a trade, says this trainer. And of course we will be heading through this route from the back door, pretty much, of Fuchsia City, and we'll make our way through all the trainers up to the Snorlax and Lavender Town. Then we'll come back down to Fuchsia to face Koga. Definitely not within this episode, obviously, but later on, I'm sure. So I'm not really worried about a Petal Dance from this thing because they seem to love Acid so much. And I'm just going to go for a Stomp right off the bat. Then I'm going to try a Strength. I just really want to see which move is actually... Strength seems to be just that little bit stronger. He's going to go for the Stun Spore. That kind of sucks because that means he's going to get a free attack in, which was Acid. Hopefully, well, it can't poison me at this point. I am fully paralyzed, so there is that. At least I won't be able to be poisoned. Acid is doing 2 damage a hit. It's got nothing. And now I'll use Strength and get rid of the Gloom, so that's pretty cool. 792 experience, that's not bad. So he's going to send out an Oddish, who's also going to use Acid. I'm assuming that they actually, other than Absorb, and probably are too low level to have Petal Dance. I'm not really sure on what level they learn it, so, but obviously if they had it, they'd probably use it by now. So they always go for the super effective. That was the original AI shtick anyway. So anyway, there we go. So we defeated the Oddish pretty simply. Another Oddish. We're just going to keep using Strength while they can't poison us, and Acid once again doesn't do next to nothing. And I'm sorry for the short pauses, guys. I'm just you know, it's a little late, and I'm just having a late night beer before I hit the hay, so I'm just just trying to enjoy myself, playing a little bit of Pokemon here, and so I apologize for the short ones. I'm just taking a drink. So we're gonna fight the next trainer right off the bat, who says, "I raise Pokemon because I live alone." Well, you know, that's like an old lady cat person, I suppose, and it's a beauty. Well, alright. I'm sure she could get a boyfriend if she wanted one. Alright, Bulbasaur automatically definitely has Vine Whip. Most likely has Razor Leaf at that level. Critical hit ratios, forget it. We're not even going to bother with that. We are going to switch... we're going to switch straight into Gojira, actually, because Razor Leaf won't do very much to him. And he went for the Leech Seed anyways, but just to be on the safe side, and we're going to go for the Ice Beam to probably take him out in one hit, which we do, which is pretty cool. And it's going to have an Ivysaur. The Ice Beam might not take him out in one hit, but definitely two. Yeah, just in the red. I kind of figured it. I thought it'd actually do a little less than what it did, so... Anyway, we're just going to go for another Ice Beam and take care of the level 29 Ivysaur. So we defeated the beauty, and now we're moving on to a couple of bikers here. Fork over all your cash when you lose to me, kid. Well, I don't have much anymore because I went and bought Hyper Beam. Also, just for some of you who are wondering, I didn't catch the Gloom because, once again, I was a little down in the dumps about the lackluster videos I'd been doing lately. I was a little stressed out over some other things, and I just wasn't in the mood to go through the problem of switching out, trying to find something that wouldn't kill it, that wasn't going to take a bunch of hits, and I would not use a Gloom. I can't use the Pokemon Marts, so I can't get a Leaf Stone, so I can't even have a Vileplume. I've already got one of those problems, and Pikachu isn't allowed to evolve even if I could buy a Thunderstone. Same with Kadabra. Kadabra can't evolve. There's just I have enough of those problems that I don't need to add to them, let's say. So, well, that's unfortunate. He disabled my strength there when I tried to use it. But we'll just use the stomps, I suppose, and they'll do fine. Once again, the moveset right now isn't obviously the best choice, but it's definitely not weak moves, and it'll get us through. So yeah, just going back on it really quick once again, guys. Gloom was never really going to be a team member anyways. I couldn't see myself using one. Maybe at another time, a different situation, you know what I mean, where I'm not using the item clause. Sure, I mean, I don't have a problem with Vileplume, but I've already kind of handicapped myself by using the Pikachu, and I love Pikachu, don't get me wrong, but I mean, obviously there are more powerful, better choices for a Nuzlocke, especially. So I just, if I'm gonna lose, it's not because I didn't choose to use a Gloom or go catch a Gloom, So we're just going to keep strengthening this Weezing until he friggin' falls, finally. We're just going to go for the Horn Attack for the last little bit there. And the Horn Attack finally connects, and Dom grew to level 32, so he's officially on par with everyone. Gojira is actually the only one behind right now, because he is level 31. So we are going to switch out to him for this next biker, who says, "Hey kid, come on, I just got these." I don't really know what he's referring to, but sure, okay then. So he's going to send out a coughing right off the bat. Level 25, not really a huge deal. We're just going to go for the Surf. We haven't used Surf yet. I totally forgot what that animation looked like, and it is just... I totally forgot. That right there, guys, is really nostalgic to see, because I totally forgot how it looked. No, we don't want Leer. So we're going to go for another Surf, especially that part. I did remember that part for the Hydro Pump, which does it twice, but I didn't remember that kind of rainy thing across the screen. And I kind of failed to mention there that Gojira did reach level 32. That's the main thing. Everyone's even now, so hopefully we start being able to raise everyone up, and hopefully they get into the late 30s sooner rather than later, because we're a little under leveled than what I'd like. I'd prefer if everyone was in the mid 30s right now, like 35, 36 range. So, yeah, they're all level 25, so they're all being one-shotted, no big deal. Surf is obviously really helpful. Obviously, Gojira can't use it at its max capacity. I mean, it is a stab move, I suppose, but, So we have another couple trainers here who say, "Oh, you're a little cutie." So I assume this is another beauty by the looks of the sprite. And it is, and she's going to send out, she's got two Pokemon, she's going to send out a Pidgeotto. Alrighty then. Well, we'll go with Gojira anyway. We've got Ice Beam. We can go for the quick attack, probably do 10 damage. Oh, I got that right on the money. Look at me. Ice Beam will probably take him out in one hit. It does, it's a critical hit. So, that takes care of that. And then a Wigglytuff. Well, that's different. We'll go for an Ice Beam again, just for the hell of it. Level 29. It's got some good... Alright, Defense Curl. Let's go for a Bite, just to keep things interesting. And a critical hit on the Bite finishes off the Wigglytuff. Gojira's now level 33. So that wasn't hard. Now we're going to switch. We haven't used Fruit Group in a while, so we're going to switch to Fruit Group for a little bit. And fight the next trainer, who says, "You look gentle, so I think I can beat you." Well, I suppose I am only supposed to be a 10-year-old kid. I don't know if like he spends more than a year to be the Pokemon champion, so maybe he's 11 by this time. I don't know. So we're up against Pidgeys, level 29. I guess I'll just go for a Double Edge, which still couldn't take him out in one hit, really. Well, we'll go for a Mega Drain. You know, get 1 health back, and there we go for that. And now it's a Pidgeotto. We'll go for another Double Edge. I'm surprised I'm faster than the Pidgeotto, though. That's a little weird. He's gonna go for the Whirlwind. I'm unaffected. I'll go for another Double Edge. Quick Attack's not gonna do very much. Fruit Group's got pretty good defense overall, I think. So, got pretty decent experience, but the problem with Double Edge, obviously, is the fact that it takes recoil damage, and I've also got cut, and, you know. So here we have another trainer who says, "I'm not into it, but okay, let's go." So he's not into Pokemon battles, yet he has Pokemon, and he's willing to battle. It's really weird. So it's a Bird Keeper. I suppose I should have sent out Sparky. Probably not the best matchup, obviously. Spearow, having Peck and the likes. I probably will just switch out to Sparky to be on the safe side, just in case he's got some retarded thing like Drill Peck or something. Goes for Mirror Move. Lucky me, so I get a free Thunderbolt in there that'll finish him off in one hit. And obviously they split that experience. Here comes the big prize, the level 29 Pharaoh. I'm still faster, and it should actually take him out in one hit too. Ah, it didn't really. Just gonna go for the Growl. I'm just gonna go for the quick Body Slam there, and take out the Pharaoh. So there we go. We took care of the Bird Keeper. So now when we climb up here, there obviously is more trainers, but we're just going to cut right here. And now we can grab the, I believe there might be 1 trainer and 1 item over here. Don't count me. Oh, there is a trainer. We're just going to run across, grab the item really quick. I don't know what it is. Probably something useless, but TM20, what's that? 22 is Solar Beam. 20 is Rage. Well, that's kind of useless right now. But we have it. That's the main thing. So we're going to fight this trainer right here, who says, "What's cool? Trading Pokemon." I suppose so, especially when you get Alakazams, Gengars, Machamps out of the whole deal. You know, that's pretty sweet. Golems. Level 33 Clefairy, perfect. We'll use Mega Drain, get some of our health back. Should do decent damage. Actually, it does shit damage. Metronome, this could be anything. Uses Sludge. Of course he does. So it's going to do not very little, but let's go for a Razor Leaf. And that's more like it. Critical hit there. Metronome. He's toxic, didn't affect me. I'm gonna go for another Mega Drain just to take out that last little bit of HP. So there we go. We took out the junior trainer with the Clefairy. That's pretty sweet. And we'll go fight this biker that we missed over here, who's right here. Who says, "Come on, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go." And obviously he's on crank or something. That's an old person way to say it, I guess. Crank. I mean, I'm not that old, so I guess I could say, you know, more hip terms for drugs. I don't know, I'm not a druggie, so it doesn't really matter to me. But level 26 Coughing is the biker's first Pokemon. No, we're just going to keep double edging because it's 120 power, it's easy. Fruit Group's certainly got the power to back it up. Double edge again. Getting greedy with these, but it happens. Gonna go for the tackle. One more double edge, take out this Coughing, then most likely switch out. Because we're running a little low on the health to do that. Perfect, grew to level 33, so we'll switch out anyways. So he switches into the Grimer. I'm going to go into Gandalf. Type advantage, take them both out. Because the next one is obviously a poison type. Probably either a Grimer, Muck, or a Weezing. So Psychic was disabled, no big deal. Psybeam is plenty enough power. So there goes the Grimer, level 26 in one hit. And now we have one last Coughing to deal with at level 26. Psybeam will have no problem there. And there we go. Critical hit. Gandalf did his job well. So the biker was defeated, and that's that. So I guess I'll switch out into Sparky here for a minute. He could use a little bit of experience, I suppose. So we'll just walk up this side. There's two bikers here. This one says Pokemon fight. Cool, rumble. Alright, let's get ready to rumble then. He sends out a Coughing. Level 29, not a bad level. I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt right off. I believe my Thunderbolt does do more than my Body Slam just because my special is higher. Actually, I should check that. My special actually isn't higher. So really, my Body Slam probably might even do a little more than... or no, not at all. It does not. Probably the power difference. I don't know. Stab. I don't know. Was Stab around back then? You know, I'm not really into the competitive play. I believe I mentioned that back in the earlier videos. I want to be. I know a lot about it, but I've never actually officially done it. Fought in a tier or anything, so. But I don't remember Stab. Obviously prior to Generation 6, so. Perfect. I need to burn some time. So after this battle, guys, we're going to end the video. I think we're a couple minutes over time. No big deal. So the biker sent out a Grimer, level 28. No big deal for Sparky. He's going to Thunderbolt it. Probably take it out in one hit. If not, it'll be in the red. So. Oh, maybe the yellow. That's weird. So he goes for the disable. I'm just going to keep Thunderbolting. 15 PP. I'm not really worried about it. So there's that. Grew to level 33. That's pretty cool. Trying to learn agility. Nope. Hold on. We don't want agility. There we go. I'm going to set out a Grimer again. Use Thunderbolt. Maybe this time we'll go into red. Nope. Let's go for a Body Slam. It should be okay for that little amount. Yep. And he's got a Coughing, so let's go for a Body Slam first. And a Thunderbolt to finish him off. Paralyzed. The tackle missed anyways, and the last Thunderbolt should finish him off. Which it does. Perfect. And that defeats that biker. So that's going to end the video here, guys. Not much more to talk about. I don't know if that grass counts as separate from where I was going to catch the Gloom or not. It actually might. I think this is a new route. If not, the one up above definitely is. There is a patch of grass under another cut spot where you can normally catch Farfetch'd in some of these games, I believe. Anyways, so we're out of time for now, but we will be back for the next part. Next episode of our Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke challenge. Please like, subscribe, comment, whatever you guys like to do. Keep watching, please. Every view I get, I do appreciate, and you know, if you guys are up for it, you know, message, write comments, whatever you guys want to do to let me know that you like it. And please, constructive criticism. I know I'm a little late to be asking for that. You know, I asked for it a lot at the beginning, and I'm still asking for it now. But seriously, whatever I can do or change that will really make it more enjoyable for you guys to watch, just let me know, and I'll certainly take it into consideration. So anyways, thanks for viewing, and we'll see you next time.